You didn't arrive at this prayer by accident. If these words found you, it's because something in your life has reached a point where human strength is no longer enough. You don't need to explain it out loud. You already know what it is. You've carried it quietly, replayed it in your thoughts, tried to fix it, endured it longer than you thought you could. And now, deep inside, there is a realization you can no longer ignore. This situation needs a miracle. This morning, before the day pulls you into its demands, before the weight grows heavier, pause here. You are not weak for being here. You are honest. When a battle exceeds your strength, it is not failure to ask for help from heaven. It is wisdom. Today, you are not calling on comfort alone. You are calling on divine intervention, on strength that does not come from effort, strategy, or endurance, but from God Himself. When everything you tried has reached its limit, heaven does not run out of options. As we begin this prayer, take a slow breath. Let your shoulders relax just a little. You don't have to carry everything at once right now. You are allowed, in this moment, to stop fighting on your own. Lord God, this morning I come before you without speeches, without pretending to be strong. I come with a need that feels urgent, heavy, and unresolved. You see what I have not been able to say. You know the nights I lay awake replaying the same worries. You know how long I've held on, hoping something would change. I admit this honestly. I am tired. I have done what I could, and now I need you to do what only you can do. I don't ask from pride. I ask from necessity. I don't come demanding, but trusting that you are near to those who reach the end of themselves. Before this day unfolds, before I face what waits ahead, I place this impossible situation in your hands. Stay here. This prayer is only beginning, and heaven is already listening. There comes a moment when effort no longer produces answers, when logic reaches its edge, and the heart quietly admits, I can't do this alone anymore. That moment is not defeat. It is the doorway where divine help begins. This morning you stand in that doorway. You may still have responsibilities waiting, messages unanswered, decisions pressing on you. But right now, something more important is happening. You are choosing to stop relying only on yourself. Before the noise of the world fills your mind again, before fear tries to take control, let your soul speak honestly. You are not asking for a miracle because you are impatient. You are asking because you have reached the end of your own capacity. And God does not turn away from those who come with sincerity. Lord, I come before you today, acknowledging what I can no longer hide. I am limited. I am human. I am overwhelmed by something that has grown bigger than my strength. I tried to carry it quietly. I tried to solve it wisely. I tried to stay calm and faithful. But today I admit that this burden is heavier than I can hold on my own. I ask you now to step into what I cannot fix. Step into what I cannot control. Step into what keeps returning to my thoughts, even when I try to push it away. I don't need everything to be explained. I need your presence to be real. If there are barriers I cannot see, remove them. If there are delays I do not understand, work within them. If there are forces visible or invisible, blocking what you have promised, clear the way with your authority. I place this situation fully into your hands, not halfway, not cautiously, but completely. Teach my heart to stop fighting alone. Teach my mind to rest from constant worry. Teach my spirit to trust, even when answers are not immediate. I surrender the need to control outcome. I surrender the fear of what happens if nothing changes today. I believe that when I reach the end of myself, I have not reached the end of you. I believe that even now, while nothing looks different on the outside, something is shifting beyond what I can see. Hold me in this moment, Lord. Strengthen me where I feel weak, and remind me that asking for help is not failure. It is faith, beginning to breathe. Say softly in your heart, I place this in God's hands, and stay here. We are moving deeper into this prayer. There are seasons when waiting feels heavier than the problem itself. You are not just waiting for an answer. You are waiting for relief, for confirmation, for a sign that your prayer did not disappear into silence. Morning arrives, but the situation looks the same, and that quiet can feel unbearable. But this is not abandonment. This is a space where faith is being stretched, not erased. Right now, breathe slowly. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible to God. What feels like delay is often preparation happening beneath the surface, where roots grow before anything breaks through the ground. This morning, God is not asking you to rush ahead. He is asking you to remain. Lord, I confess that waiting has worn me down. Some days I feel strong. Other days I wake up already tired of hoping. The silence makes my thoughts louder. Doubt tries to convince me that if nothing has changed yet, maybe nothing will. But today I choose not to measure your faithfulness by I bring you this waiting not as a complaint, but as an offering. Sit with me in this uncertainty. Calm the part of my heart that keeps checking the clock, counting days, comparing my process to others. Teach me to trust that what you are doing cannot be rushed without losing its purpose. If impatience has begun to harden my spirit, soften it. If discouragement has whispered lies, quiet those voices. I don't want to rush out of this season just to escape discomfort. I want to leave it transformed, not just relieved. Help me understand that waiting is not wasted time. It is where endurance is built. It is where dependence deepens. It is where my faith becomes quieter, stronger, and less desperate for proof. This morning I choose to stay present instead of panicking. I choose trust over pressure. I choose to believe that even now, behind what I can see, you are arranging what I cannot. If this prayer speaks to you, let your heart respond, not out loud, not with urgency, but with honesty. And if you feel led, leave a simple sign of faith in the comments, as a reminder to yourself that you are still standing. Stay here. The prayer is unfolding, and there is more strength ahead. There is a quiet struggle that happens when you have done everything you know how to do, yet the outcome still feels uncertain. Control becomes tempting in moments like this. Your mind tries to plan every possible scenario, to prepare for disappointment, to protect itself from pain. But control, when carried too long, becomes another burden. This morning you are invited to lay it down. You don't need to force peace. You don't need to convince yourself that everything is fine. You only need to be willing to release what was never meant to rest entirely on your shoulder. Trust does not mean ignoring reality. It means choosing not to be ruled by fear while you wait. Lord, today I recognize how tightly I have been holding on. I have replayed conversations, imagined outcomes, rehearsed solutions that never. I thought control would keep me safe, but it has only left me exhausted. So this morning I open my hands. I let go of the need to predict what happens next. I give you the parts of this situation I keep revisiting in my mind. I give you the moments that trigger anxiety without warning. I give you the decisions I'm afraid to make because I don't know the result. I release the pressure of having to get everything right. If trusting you feels difficult today, meet me there. I don't need perfect faith. I need honest. Teach me that letting go does not mean giving up. It means making room for you to act where I cannot. Calm my thoughts when they start racing ahead. Anchor me in what is real right now. That I am breathing, that I am held, that I am not alone in this moment. Help me accept that I don't have to see the whole path to take the next step. I ask you to replace tension with quiet confidence, replace fear with steady assurance, replace control with peace that does not depend on outcomes. Even if nothing changes immediately, let something change inside me. If you feel this release beginning, pause for a moment. Place this situation in God's hands, again, intentionally, gently. And if it helps anchor your faith, leave a short word of trust in the comments as a personal reminder. Stay. What you are releasing now is creating space for what comes next. There is a kind of strength that doesn't come from resolution, but from endurance. It grows quietly in the days when nothing seems to move, when prayers feel repeated, when hope must be chosen again and again. This morning that strength is being formed in you, even if you don't recognize it yet. You may have told yourself, I should be stronger by now, or I shouldn't still be struggling with this. But strength does not mean the absence of struggle. It means continuing to show up, even when clarity is missing. It means staying open, even when disappointment feels close. And that kind of strength is not something you manufacture, it is something God supplies. Lord, I ask you for strength that fits this season. Not the kind that pretends everything is easy, but the kind that carries me when things remain unresolved. Strength to move through this day without collapsing under the weight of uncertainty. Strength to stay kind, patient, and grounded when my emotions feel fragile. Give me the ability to do what is required of me today. Nothing more, nothing less. Help me stop borrowing tomorrow's worries and adding them to today's load. Teach me to receive strength in portions, just enough for this moment, just enough for this step. If discouragement tries to drain me, refill what it takes. If exhaustion settles into my body and mind, renew me gently. Remind me that I don't have to prove anything by pushing beyond my limits. I don't have to earn your help by suffering silently. Let your strength steady my breathing, slow my thoughts, and soften my reaction. Let it protect me from harsh self-judgment and from the pressure to have everything figured out. Even if answers remain hidden for now, let my heart remain supported. If today feels heavy, acknowledge it without shame. And if you need a simple act of faith, whisper this quietly: God is sustaining me today. You don't have to feel powerful for it to be true. Stay here. The prayer continues, and there is still more rest ahead. Before this morning pulls you into movement, into conversations, into decisions and responsibilities, there is a quieter work God wants to do inside you. Peace is not something you chase later after everything is resolved. It is something you receive now, before the noise begins. This is the moment where your inner posture for the day is formed. Peace does not mean the absence of challenges. It means your heart is no longer bracing itself for impact. It means your spirit is no longer living in constant alert, expecting something to go wrong. Today, peace is being offered to you as a foundation, not a reward. Lord, I invite your peace into this moment. Not a fragile peace that breaks when pressure comes, but a steady peace that remains even when the day becomes unpredictable. Settle my inner world before I step into the outer one. Let my thoughts slow down. Let my breathing deepen. Let my body release the tension it has been carrying. If I have been waking up already overwhelmed, interrupt that pattern today. Teach my heart that it is safe to rest in you, even while responsibilities remain. I don't need to carry anticipation like a weapon. I don't need to brace myself against life. I can meet this day grounded, not guarded. Quiet the inner noise that keeps replaying yesterday or worrying about tomorrow. Anchor me in this moment, where your presence is already enough. If anxiety tries to rush me ahead, gently pull me back. If fear tries to hijack my focus, cover it with calm assurance. I ask you to guard my peace today. Protect it from unnecessary stress, from emotional overreaction, from words that wound more than they should. Help me respond rather than react. Help me pause rather than panic. Help me remember that I am not alone in anything I face. Take a moment here. Let this peace sink in before moving on. And if you feel ready, mark this intention quietly. I receive peace for today. Stay with the prayer. There is still guidance ahead. As this morning continues to unfold, there is a gentle truth you need to carry with you. You do not need complete certainty to take faithful steps. Many people believe they must feel confident, clear, and emotionally steady before moving forward. But often God invites movement before clarity arrives. Not reckless movement, faithful movement. Today, you may still have unanswered questions. You may not know how everything will resolve, how long this season will last, or what the final outcome will be, and yet you are still able to walk forward. Faith is not the absence of uncertainty. Faith is choosing not to let uncertainty decide for you. Lord, I admit that part of me wants guarantees. I want reassurance before obedience, confirmation before commitment, clarity before trust. But this morning, I ask you to teach me a different way. Help me walk with you even when the path feels incomplete. If fear tells me to freeze until everything makes sense, give me courage to take the next right step. Not 10 steps ahead, not tomorrow's burden, just what is required now. Teach me to recognize that you guide as I move, Not only after I understand, I place today's decisions in your hands, both the small ones and the heavy ones. If I must choose without full certainty, let peace accompany my choice. If I must move without full confidence, let your presence be my assurance. Remind me that you do not abandon those who walk honestly, even when they walk slowly. Remove the pressure to have everything figured out. Free me from comparison with those who seem more certain, more settled, more ahead. My journey is allowed to look different. My pace is allowed to be gentle. My faith is allowed to grow while moving. If doubt whispers that I am behind or failing, replace that voice with truth. I am learning. I am walking. I am not standing still in fear. And that matters. Pause for a moment and acknowledge this inwardly. I can move forward with God, even without full certainty. If you feel led, leave a simple word of trust as a marker of this decision. Stay here. The prayer is nearing its completion, and there is still covering ahead. As you step closer to the end of this prayer, you are not stepping away from God's presence. You are carrying it with you into whatever this day holds. Nothing ahead of you is a surprise to Him. No conversation, no task, no unexpected moment will catch Him unprepared. And because He goes before you, you do not walk into this day unprotected. There may still be unknowns waiting for you. Situations you cannot predict, responsibilities that feel heavier than they should. But trust today does not mean expecting everything to go smooth. It means believing that whatever comes, you will not face it alone. Lord, I place this entire day into your hands. Not just the parts I understand, but especially the parts I cannot foresee. I give you the meetings, the interactions, the quiet moments, and the unexpected interruption. I trust you with the outcomes I cannot control. If challenges arise, steady my heart. If pressure increases, anchor me in calm. If disappointment appears, keep me from losing hope. Help me remember that even difficult moments can be carried with grace when you are present. Guard my words today. Let them be thoughtful and kind. Guard my reactions. Let them come from peace rather than fear. Guard my heart from absorbing stress that does not belong to me. Teach me to release what I cannot fix, and to act wisely where I can. I ask you to cover my coming and go. Protect my body, my mind, and my spirit. Surround me with your presence in ways I may not even notice until later. And if I feel overwhelmed again, remind me to pause, to breathe, and to return to you. Take a moment here and quietly entrust this day to God. If it helps anchor that trust, acknowledge it inwardly or with a short comment. I trust God with today. Stay with this prayer. There is one final moment of surrender. Now, before you step fully into this day, let this final moment be a quiet commitment rather than a rushed ending. You are not promising perfection. You are not committing to having endless strength. You are simply choosing presence, choosing to walk this day, aware that God is with you. Lord, as this prayer comes to a close, I do not want to rush back into noise. I want to carry this stillness with me. I want to remember that I do not need to earn your care, prove my faith, or perform strength for you to stay near. You are already here. I offer you my pace today. Help me move without hurry and without guilt when I need to slow down. I offer you my expectations. Free me from the pressure to do everything at once, or to be everything to everyone. Teach me to take one step at a time, trusting that each step matters when it is walked with you. If I forget this prayer later, gently remind me. If I drift into worry, pull me back with your peace. If fatigue returns, help me rest without shame. Let today be shaped not by urgency, but by alignment. My heart aligned with your presence, my thoughts aligned with your truth. I ask that you bless the unseen efforts of this day, the quiet work, the unnoticed obedience, the small choices to remain calm, kind, and faithful. Let fruit grow even where no one applauds. Let progress happen even when it feels slow. Cover this day with your mercy. Let your grace meet me in ordinary moments. And when this day ends, let me be able to say that I walked it with you. Not perfectly, but sincerely. Take a breath here. There is nothing more you need to ask. You are held. You are guided. You are not walking alone. If this prayer helped steady your heart, you may quietly affirm it now. I walk this day with God. Go forward gently. God is already there. As you step fully into the hours ahead, receive this final blessing, not as an ending, but as a covering that goes with you. This prayer does not stay hid. It moves with your breath, with your steps, with your thoughts, with every moment that will unfold today. May God bless your mind with clarity when decisions feel heavy. May He bless your heart with calm when emotions rise without warning. May He bless your body with strength that does not come from pressure, but from grace. You do not need to rush into this day to prove anything. You do not need to carry the weight of outcomes before they arrive. God is already present in what you have not reached. He is already working in what you cannot see. If today brings challenges, may you face them without fear. If it brings silence, may you not interpret it as absence. If it brings tiredness, may you rest without guilt. If it brings joy, may you receive it without suspicion. May your steps be steady, even if they are small. May your words be gentle, even when the world is loud. May your thoughts return to peace whenever they wander into worry. God goes before you, not to rush you, but to prepare the way. He walks beside you, not to control you, but to support you. He remains behind you, not to pressure you, but to protect you. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not forgotten. Today does not demand more than you can give. Grace will meet you where your strength ends. Wisdom will arrive when you need, and peace will be available whenever you choose to return to God's presence. Even for a single breath, carry this truth with you. You are held, you are guided, and you are never alone. If you feel led, you may quietly affirm, I receive this day with trust. Go now slowly, gently. Comfort. God walks with you.